Hey, happy week to you guys. I hope that you're doing great. And with the idea of there being Halloween this week, I thought I would talk about what it means to be an original. It seems like there's a lot of copycats out there. There's a lot of folks that are, duplicating themselves with the same costumes, et cetera, and everybody kind of has their own pick, but it's within the masses what everybody else has. So it kind of goes in terms of our life the same way, our business the same way. And it seems that we kind of just run with the masses, go with what's safe, and go with what's known. And there's a lot of comfort that comes with that for a lot of folks because it's not change, it's not confrontational. And so therefore, everybody tries to retreat into what is safe, I guess is the way to say it. Well, I want to propose to you the idea of what it means to be an original and three things that you can kind of use to be the tell that if you're kind of going with the flow or if you're going into your own way and your own path. So one of the ways that you can tell is if the trail ahead of you is clear, then you're on the wrong path. You're in somebody else's trail. The trail has already been blazed. Therefore, that easy walk and that least path of resistance isn't necessarily blazing your own trail. Life is, number two, life is way too short to live someone else's dream. Our past usually dictates that. Our parents, our family of origin, institutions, schools, churches, etc., of really kind of imposing the way things should be and how things should be done. And again, staying with the masses. It's kind of like that crab that's leaving the bucket. All the other ones want to grab it and pull it back in. So in terms of being a trailblazer and being an original, it's really easy to kind of going with what you think everybody wants. Being an original is tough, and that's the last one. Being an original takes a lot of effort. You're probably hearing the amazing parrots that are outside my window right now, but being an original is very tough because it's unknown. It takes risk. It takes a tremendous amount of failure to see what's going to work and kind of work those bugs out. But if it wasn't for those stepping up to the plate and being original, we wouldn't have brand new ideas and things that are coming out. And just think about this for 1 minute. You've got places like Disneyland, you've got companies like Apple, you've got brands that have just taken over the world, electronics companies, movies, production houses, franchises that go out there and really make something amazing happen. And even in special effects things, I have certain favorites that I absolutely love. I love Nick Park and everything that he's done with his studio. Movies like Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run and that because it's so original, it's so unique. You look at Charles Schulz, you look at Bill Watterson, you look at all these amazing, great original people that have come up with original content. That's a challenge, and that takes a tremendous amount of risk, and it is tough. But some of the things that have really inspired me to take risk and to go out on my own is that I do not want to live somebody else's dream. I do not want to be a rinse and repeat of something that's been done and seen before. So a lot of my students, a lot of the people that I mentor often ask, how in the world do you come up with, or why do you even come up with that? And how do you come up with that? You got to outdo yourself from the last one, and you got to push yourself outside that limit of being in the comfort zone. Being an original comes at a price. But the price and the reward is just paramount of what's on the other side. You learn more about yourself, you grow, you can help others, you can provide something new that nobody's ever seen before. And quite honestly, if you want to get market share in your business, no matter how big if you're a Fortune 500, Fortune 100, provide something that's never been seen before. And even more important than that, what if you provided the people that are in your life, the companies that you work with, and the brands that you work with, a need that they don't even know that they need. And when you do that, you're providing a product that only you can produce that fills that need. And that's when you get an advantage, and that's when you create a movement, and that's when you create a new culture. One of my favorite Bible verses is Ephesians 2:10, and that says, we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. That verse has a lot of meaning in different ways for people. But for me, I look at my main goal and my main objective is to find my unique calling and who I'm called to be, and why I am here, why I'm designed the way that I'm designed with the talents and the passions that I have. And that discovery is the most important work that we as a human being can find out. Who am I? What am I supposed to do? And how am I supposed to do it? And most importantly, you need to realize that you are one of a kind, that you are an original, and your job is to live like one, and to not be walking around as if you think that you have the same DNA that everybody else has. We all have a unique physical DNA, but more importantly, we all have a unique spiritual DNA. And I would even go as far as to even say that we all have a DNA when it comes to our talent. That yes, I might be an artist, but what is it that I can provide that's different from everybody else and every other artist that's out there? And that specific one thing in your DNA that you have that nobody else has is your story. Nobody can take away your story. It's in your heart, it's in your being, it's in your soul. But your job is to crack the code on how you can take that story to the world and help the world through that story and be a solution. Remember, it's been prepared in advance beforehand, and that you should walk in that purpose and in that calling. You are his workmanship. You are a masterpiece. You are a one of a kind. And there's nobody else out there that's like you. I hope this is a blessing for you this week. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for letting me take the time off last week as I was with my family outside the country. So I know this was delayed, but I appreciate it. Leave a comment down below.